Most people believe they are bad with money because they lack discipline. You tell yourself that if you just had more willpower, you wouldn't overspend, you wouldn't stress about bills, and you would finally have that safety net you dream about. But I am here to tell you that willpower is a battery and yours is empty. The reason you feel stuck isn't because you are broken, it is because your system is broken. You are trying to manage your entire financial life out of one single pile of money, one checking account where your mortgage fights with your groceries and your savings fights with your coffee habit. When money is commingled like this, spending always wins. Today, I am going to show you the 3-account method. It is a psychological mechanic that removes willpower from the equation entirely. If you want to stop fighting your own brain and start building wealth automatically, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's rebuild your financial life from the inside out. The fundamental flaw in most people's financial lives is not their income. It is commingling. Commingling is the act of mixing money that has different jobs into one single container. Imagine trying to run a business where your payroll, your taxes, your profit, and your petty cash were all in one big pile on a table. It would be chaos. You would inevitably grab tax money to buy lunch. Yet this is exactly how 98% of adults manage their personal households. You have one main checking account. Your paycheck lands there. Your electric bill comes out of there. Your grocery money is there. And theoretically, your savings are there too, just sitting quietly at the bottom. The problem is psychological. When you log into your bank app and see a balance of $3,000, your brain registers that entire amount as available. It doesn't instinctively subtract the $1,200 mortgage payment due in 6 days. It sees a surplus. This triggers what behavioral economists call the wealth effect. You feel temporarily richer than you actually are, so you justify small, unnecessary purchases. A dinner out, a new gadget, a subscription. By the time the mortgage is actually due, that surplus has evaporated, and you are scraping the bottom of the barrel again. You aren't irresponsible. You are just fighting a losing battle against your own biology. The one-pile method forces you to make hundreds of correct decisions every month. One slip and you fail. We need a system where you make the decision once and it sticks forever. The first step in breaking the commingling trap is to establish your operating account. Think of this as the engine of your financial life. Its only job is to keep the lights on and the roof over your head. This is a checking account, but it is not for spending. It is for billing. This is where your paycheck should be deposited, but importantly, this is not money you ever touch with a debit card. In fact, I recommend you take the debit card for this account and shred it, or at least lock it away in a drawer where you cannot easily reach it. This account has a very specific list of responsibilities. It pays your fixed, non-negotiable expenses. I'm talking about your rent or mortgage, your utilities, your car insurance, your internet bill, and your debt minimum payments. These are the costs that exist simply because you are alive. You can predict these numbers with 95% accuracy every single month. By isolating these expenses in their own account, you remove the anxiety of, will I have enough for bills? You calculate the total cost of your fixed life, leave that exact amount in the engine, and move the rest out immediately. When you look at this account, you shouldn't feel rich. You should feel neutral. It is simply a pass-through entity, a machine that ensures your basic survival is funded before you even wake up in the morning. Once your survival is secured in the engine, we move to the most critical component, the wealth vault. This is where you pay your future self. In our previous video, we talked about the 10% wealth floor, the non-negotiable standard that you must save 10% of your income to ever escape the rat race. The wealth vault is the physical container for that concept. This is a separate savings account, ideally at a completely different bank than your operating account. Why a different bank? Because friction is your friend. If it takes 3 days to transfer money back to your checking account, you won't raid your savings for an impulse buy on Amazon. This account is a one-way street. Money flows in, but it never flows out for consumption. Please reserve this account exclusively for investments that grow over time, such as stocks, real estate, or bonds. This separation is vital for your identity shift. When you see money in your main checking account, your brain asks, "What can I buy with this?" When you see money in your wealth vault, your brain should ask, "How is this growing for me?" You are retraining your mind to view this capital not as deferred spending, but as employees working for your freedom. This is the fortress that protects you from your own worst impulses. It stands guard over your future, ensuring that no matter what happens in your day-to-day life, your net worth is slowly, silently, and automatically ticking upward. Let me tell you about a woman named Sarah. Sarah was what you'd call a good earner. She brought in about $85,000 a year, a solid income by most standards. Yet despite that, Sarah lived in a constant state of stress. She felt like she was drowning. She would check her bank account on Friday, see $2,000, and feel great. She'd go out for a nice dinner, buy a few things for the house, and maybe book a weekend trip. Then Tuesday would hit. The auto insurance auto draft would go through, the electric bill would land, and suddenly she was down to $40 until Thursday. She wasn't buying luxury cars, she was just commingling. She was making spending decisions based on a false balance. She implemented the 3-account method by opening a new online savings account for her vault and a separate checking account dedicated to her daily spending. She routed her paycheck into the engine, then set up an automatic transfer that immediately sent her fixed bill money to the engine, her 10% straight to the vault, and only the remaining amount to her spending card. The first month was a shock. She realized her spending money was actually much lower than she thought. She had been living on a false reality, but by month 3, the anxiety vanished. She knew exactly how much she could spend on groceries and fun without guilt. For the first time in 10 years, she had $3,000 in savings that she hadn't touched. She didn't get a raise. She just got a system. She stopped needing willpower because the money simply wasn't there to be spent. This brings us to the third and final account, the lifestyle account. This is your guilt-free zone. This is the only account that gets a debit card in your wallet. This is the account you connect to Apple Pay or Google Pay. This is for groceries, gas, dining out, clothes, hobbies, and fun. This is the money that is truly yours to consume. The magic of this account is that it has a hard ceiling. You fund it with whatever is left after the operating account and the wealth vault have been fed. Psychologically, this is incredibly liberating. In the old one-pile method, every time you bought a coffee, there was a tiny voice in the back of your head asking, "Should I be buying this? Can I afford this?" That micro-stress adds up. With the lifestyle account, that voice goes away. If there is $500 in this account, you can spend $500 on coffee, and it does not matter. You know your mortgage is paid. You know your 10% savings is secure in the vault. You have permission to enjoy your life. And here is the kicker. When this account hits zero, you stop spending. It forces you to be creative, to eat the food in your pantry, to find free entertainment. It imposes a natural physical limit on your lifestyle inflation, which is the #1 enemy of wealth building. Now, how do you make this work without spending hours on spreadsheets every week? You build a waterfall. You want gravity to do the work for you. Here is the setup. Your paycheck lands in account 1, the engine. You set up an automatic transfer scheduled for the day after payday. This transfer moves your 10% directly to account 2, the wealth vault. Then you set up a second automatic transfer for the same day that moves your calculated spending allowance to account 3, the lifestyle account. What remains in account 1 is exactly what is needed for your bills. You then set all your bill payments to auto pay from account 1. Do you see what just happened? You have automated your entire financial existence. You do not need to budget in the traditional sense. You do not need to track every penny. You just need to manage the balance in account 3. If you want to accelerate this, you can use tools to visualize the flow. And to make this journey effortless, we're building the Trip to Wealth Command Center, a Google Sheet system that brings your income, spending, investing, and net worth together in one place. It's your personal strategy hub, designed to expose money leaks, highlight growth opportunities, and show how small decisions shape long-term outcomes. Join the early access list below and secure a discount as an early supporter. Every wealth system needs a strategy. This is where yours begins. Moving forward, the most common question I get about this system is, what about irregular expenses? What if my car needs an oil change or I need to visit the dentist? This is where the buffer comes in. Life is lumpy. Bills are not always perfectly consistent. To handle this, you need a cushion of cash sitting permanently in your operating account, Account 1. I recommend building a buffer of about $1,000 to $2,000 that never leaves that account. Think of this buffer like the oil in your car's engine. It isn't fuel, it's lubrication. It prevents friction. If your electric bill is $50 higher this month because of a heat wave, the buffer absorbs it. If you need a $300 car repair, the buffer handles it. You don't have to raid your wealth vault or panic. Then, in the following month, you simply refill the buffer slightly by reducing your transfer to the lifestyle account. The buffer prevents the system from breaking down over small bumps in the road. It gives you the psychological space to breathe. You aren't living paycheck to paycheck anymore. You are living system to system. Let's recap the architecture you are going to build this week. You are going to stop commingling your money. You are going to open 3 distinct accounts. Account 1 is the engine for your fixed bills, boring, stable, and automated. Account 2 is the wealth vault for your future freedom, hard to access, growing, and protected. Account 3 is the lifestyle account for your daily life, guilt-free, limited, and fun. You are going to set up automatic transfers that flow like a waterfall from the engine to the other 2 accounts the moment you get paid. This is not just about organizing money, it is about organizing your mind. When you implement this, you will feel a physical weight lift off your shoulders. You will stop doing mental math in the checkout line. You will stop resenting your bills. You will finally be playing offense instead of defense. So your homework is simple. Go to your bank online, open 2 sub-accounts or new accounts, and label them. Set up the transfers. Be the architect of your life, not the victim of your impulses. And there you have it, the 3-account method and why 98% never use it. If you found value today, I highly recommend watching my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to leave your comment below, especially if this video made you think differently. I appreciate your support more than you know. Until next time, stay consistent, stay patient, and stay winning. See you in the next one, Money Magician.